Dear students, our today's topic is classification of monohydric alcohols. Monohydric alcohols. As I have already told you, and you know that monohydric by name means those alcohols which contain only one hydroxyl group, right? Those alcohols which contain only one hydroxyl group are called as monohydric alcohols. Now we have to classify these monohydric alcohols on the basis of attachment. Note, on the basis of the attachment of number of alkyl radicals or hydrogen atoms, on the basis of the attachment of number of alkyl radicals or hydrogen atoms to the hydroxyl group holded carbon atom. These monohydric alcohols are classified into three categories, into three classes. Now, before writing the classes of these monohydric alcohols, let me know this: hydroxyl group holding carbon atom. Now we have monohydric alcohols, they contain hydroxyl group, and this hydroxyl group is attached to any carbon atom in the compound, because we have alcohols, they contain carbon and hydrogen atoms, and in addition to atoms of carbon and hydrogen, they have hydroxyl group, and the carbon which is holding, which is attached with the hydroxyl group is called as alpha carbon. It is called as alpha carbon, and that alpha carbon is this I wrote here, hydroxyl group holding carbon. This carbon is alpha carbon which is attached with the hydroxyl group. So on the basis of the attachment of alkyl radical, or you can say on the basis of the attachment of carbon atoms or hydrogen atoms to this carbon, we are going to classify monohydric alcohols into three classes. First is primary alcohols. Then we have secondary alcohols. And third class is tertiary alcohols. Primary alcohols, secondary alcohols, or tertiary alcohols. Let me know, explain it with the help of examples. Let me take the case of methyl alcohol or ethyl alcohol. We can also call them as methanol and ethanol. Let me have methanol. It is CH3OH, right? We have ethanol, C2H5OH, isn't it? To clear this, whether they are primary, secondary and tertiary, let me have their structure. It is carbon with 3 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of one hydroxyl. It is this. And then we have 2 atoms of carbon. It is with 5 atoms of hydrogen and hydroxyl. Let me understand what is primary alcohol. Now let me call the carbon which is hold it with hydroxyl group. Let me identify that carbon. It is hydroxyl group. It is attached with this carbon and it is the carbon hold it with the hydroxyl group. Let me have which atoms or which I can say atoms of hydrogen or carbon atoms are attached to this carbon. Let me identify this carbon and this carbon is attached with 3 atoms of hydrogen. But there is none carbon atom and such I can say alcohol is called as primary alcohol. And now let me take this example. Let me first identify carbon holding hydroxyl group. It contains 2 carbon atoms, carbon this and this carbon atom, but this is the carbon which is holding with the hydroxyl group. And this carbon attached with 1 carbon, 2 atoms of hydrogen, it is called as primary. It is called as primary alcohol. So I can write primary alcohols are those. Primary alcohols are those alcohols in which, try to understand, in which hydroxyl group, in which hydroxyl group hold it, in which hydroxyl group hold it carbon atom, right? In which hydroxyl group hold it carbon atom is attached. Let me take this case, is attached with 3 atoms of hydrogen and none carbon. I can write first this is attached with 3 atoms of hydrogen. 3 atoms of hydrogen. And when there are 3 atoms of hydrogen attached to this carbon, there is none carbon and none carbon and none carbon, right? And next case, let me put it is also primary when 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 carbon. This carbon is attached with 1 carbon, 2 atoms of hydrogen. I can write when 1 carbon. When 1 carbon and 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of hydrogen are attached to, I can say, hydroxyl group hold carbon atom. Hydroxyl group hold carbon atom are those alcohols in which hydroxyl group holding carbon atom is attached with 3 atoms of hydrogen and none carbon, or 1 carbon, 2 atoms of hydrogen, are called primary alcohols. Are called primary alcohols. Example is it is methyl alcohol or methanol and ethanol. Example, methanol, ethanol, right? Right? Let us take the screenshot and I will move ahead.